ladies and gentlemen, let's go and check out exactly what's gonna happen as
notice the pattern that in every Hylas there is, an equivalent Cecilia to boot. And yeah, like our panelists say, the Uranus is the good, complement for the Sicilian lost right here. Because if you're not gonna go support killer type, might as well go for a support sturdy type. And that was a good call for Onic PA.
Yep, both teams here just securing their own buffs. Red first, sorry. Forgive me, it's orange first for Onic PH and purple for Bren. Little skirmish down bottom, Coco versus Dilar. And they're gonna have to let go here and disengage. But there's one thing I need to note here, Saya. It's actually Venus on the Kaja and Jay on the Hylos. So we're usually seeing, or we're usually going to expect that in a championship caliber matchup like this, you're going to put Jay on the Kaja. He's known as Kaj. That's a championship winning Kaja. But I think now I kind of want to see Venus on this Kaja even more to even.
Yes.
I don't
Pretty
know.
interesting as
I
well.
want to see him cement the character development because if you'll remember in season 4, he was on the Kaja when they lost those when they lost those history-making games, right? Those replays in my mind, they keep on playing during the season 4 grand finals, and it was Venus on the Kaja just ever so desperately clearing minion waves, and then we see the camera shift from Sunspark's base to theirs, and you know what? I think this is redemption.
Yes, if they win this game number 2, this is a whole new improvement per se for Oh My Venus's Kaja right here, and this is also a great boost to one's ego if ever so that Onic wins this round. But we can't really count out Bren Esports, here for game number 2 because number 1 we know the threat levels of Carl TZ's lane. And if you are able to make this certain player get fed, especially into the early one, this could be a potential threat to Onic. But so far, in terms of the positioning of both sides of the team, Bren will be going into a more grouped together fundamental. And I think the same thing for Onic PH, going in for 3 men here onto the middle side. Okay, so Farsa here, just checking them, harassing, and just going for some pokes. Meanwhile, on top side though, Jawhead just really good job at pushing through.
Yes, I feel like if anything, it's Bren Esports who's setting the pace, and they're very defensive. Onic tempering their aggression here. I'm pretty sure if they really wanted to, Venus can just go ahead and flicker in, pull somebody off, and there you go. He did on to Few. No more armor for Few, and I think it's going to be first blood right here, ladies and gentlemen. Check it out. Flicker in by Yaknu. Missing out on the smart missiles. It's on cooldown. Turtle here by Ling. Cartesi take it out. And the reverse engagement. The counter here by Bren Esports. The threat is real, but Jay dropping down the glorious pathway the right way. You see how he put that in? It was literally as a blockade for Bren Esports to disengage.
Yes, but also that is good reflexes for the side of Onic PH, knowing that the X-Borg is already, onto the middle side, and they kind of had a hunch already that the turtle, the members of Bren Esports are in the turtle, so it was best that they could have backed away. But going back right here, though, look at this. They are getting resources for the lane and forces Uranus to just really tower hug.
Yeah, you know what? Looking back now, in hindsight, there are like dozens of ways that could have gone wrong. But here we go. How about round 2? Few finally gonna go down. There's the pull once more. Wise gets first blood. And if it doesn't work the first time, do it again. And now Onic has done just that. Now they're gonna convert into a turret, but Rebo not gonna allow them to do just that. Feathered airstrike to clear the minion waves and push back the Onic onslaught. Meanwhile, in mid, it's Jay gonna keep the pressure on and clear minion waves, but Kaltizi here not gonna let him have his way just yet. You know what? I just got a note. Remember in our studies, and if you guys are watching at home, you can look at the videos, you can look at the replays. This is exactly how Venus moves all the time. Regardless of what hero he's on, he's just always gonna move in a figure 8 around the river.
Very movable and very roaming for the Oh My Venus River. Speaking of that, looks like there will be the ejector, and the Tempest of Blades will be having a pick off there, killing off Oh My Venus, and that is a good pick-off done by Carl TZ. And Bren Esports here really do not want or not letting Onic PH to really go far ahead, and this is just good communication skills from actually both sides of the teams. It's just so happens that who gets to do it first.
Yeah,
question here.
So yeah, speaking of the devil, I think Bren Esports also knows that weakness on the part of Oh My Venus, and they know exactly where to catch him, and they know how to get him because that's essentially his modus operandi. That figure eight around the river. But look at this now, turtle secured by Cartesi. Tempest of Blades used to disengage. That's one of the strengths really on that Ling, right? You can use his ult as a retreat, as a disengage, and it just makes him all the more safe, all the more the anti-funnel funnel.
Yes, and that's one of the traits or phrases that we've been highlighting ever since this Ling really went with some limelight. Speaking of limelight, Santani is going to be used. Let's see if it will pop and go for a kill for that Uranus right here, but it is not over. Look at that crowd control that they are providing right here. Thanos, beautiful cleanup right there, but in exchange into the top side of draw, I managed to get a tower of his own. Tempest Blades once again to get Oh My Venus right here, and again abusing that weakness of Oh My Venus here.
Wow. All right. Bren Esports now showing up, no longer letting that first game be a skeleton in their closet. They're letting go, they're forgetting, they're resetting here, Seiya, and I like it. So far, 2,000 gold ahead, Bren Esports. They are going to take this tower down bottom. The doctor himself going to be responsible for that. And nice rotation here. I think they need to disengage. Be careful. Venus, a little far off. All right, he's going to go back into his pattern. Check it out, but nice push here by Cartesi and Coco up top.
Yes, and speaking of patterns, and I think this... Oh, but hold that thought, look at that.
Again!
Was able to get, ejected or knocked off by the Atlas alongside Farsa for that cleanup. And again, like what we've mentioned in terms of, the positioning and the rotations, I think Oh My Venus needs to retweak it or readjust it. Because if you notice, we are now seeing Oh My Venus getting picked off one by slowly, and this is not looking good because the more you give kills, the more advantages for the side of Bren Esports.
All right, so far Bren Esports here putting up quite the fight, and it seems like they're not at all affected by game one, as Cartesi is threatening once more the take on the turtle. There it is, a successful secure on that buff, but Venus once more the target. Did they figure it out? Is Venus the linchpin that Bren Esports needs to dismantle to take down Onic PH? That's what, the third time in a row now, alongside Wise.
Samplest Blades plus the Fatal Links of Atlas, that was just a beautiful cleanup for the side of Bren Esports right here and turning the odds into their favor. And this is where we are starting to see the magic of Bren Esports, not really being tilted at all during game number one. Last Sandy will be used to clean up Dilar back there. And again, like what we've all said, this is where, Bren Esports really know how to take down momentum. And this is it, Leo.
Ooh, they're on something else here, Seiya. It looked like they were asleep in game one, and now they're just fully awake. They stretch their legs, and they're making breakfast. And the first meal of the day, Onic PH. What's going on here? 8-1.
Yes, I think for the side of Onic PH right here, certain amount of spaces are being limited for again but because Bren is picking up the pace using their map control to actually limit the resources that they had. Number two, the angle. If you notice that the Ling is always entering in a timely manner whenever the Fatal Links are there. And speaking of that timely manner, again, beautiful Fatal Links for the Atlas right here, and Ling goes for that double kill right there. And again, look at that X-board here, and that's just kills all over the board.
Oh, 3 for 1 here in favor of Bren Esports, plus a conversion up top on that turret and an orange buff steal. Bren Esports, they're swimming in it, Seiya. They're swimming in it. And what is it? It's value. They're swimming in value. Look at this now. Purple take here by Cartesi. I would not be surprised if they push in mid, open up the space for... wow, even purple buff. I was going to say Lord, but they're just going to bury Onic PH even deeper. All right, here's my take, all right? Just let me speculate. Bren Esports, they know that the fulcrum of this whole Rube Goldberg machine, the head of the operations, the El Profesor, if you will, if you guys are a fan of that show, is Oh My Venus. And they know that if in any chance they tilt Oh My Venus, if they take away the head of communications, the whole situation just crumbles
Yes.
underneath them for Onic PH. And so far, they've been successful. I can only speculate. We can only see what the game is looking like in the map. But what is it like on the ground? What is it like? Because so far, it looked like Onic, as aggressive as they were, as dominant as they were in game one, now they're just stuck in their base. This is crazy. The turnaround.
Because Oh My Venus really serves as a backbone for the rest of the team right here, and that's pretty evident all throughout the season. But going like what you said, it's leaving them in a pinch. It's leaving them in a corner wherein they kind of they are being forced out in terms of resources because the only ones that they have are the incoming minions. Second, resource stakes. As greedy as it is, it's really essential to just take everything that you have, everything that is laid out to you. And Bren here is just really waiting for the Lord to just go into the base of the side of Onic PH, and I'm pretty sure there will be some split pushing and some pressure, and will be engaging a team fight very soon.
This reminds me of, Seiya? This looks like game one, reverse.
Yes. Not a
Almost.
slash game, but reverse, but still, same thought. And looking at that was just beautiful pickoffs to and fro for the side of Bren Esports, just really taking advantage of getting them one by one. And now down 2 people from the side of Onic, and there are 3 people remaining, and that goes from Medical for the expert right here. Typical space will be used to clean up the Kaja, and that is it for game number 2 in the hands of Bren Esports.
We're gonna see 3 games, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
We're gonna see
certainly.
3.